if you're going to build a community, you need to base it on your lifestyle. This has to be a lifestyle for you.
Yeah.
How long can you do that? How long can you commit to it? All right, listen, if you are a coach consultant, I know something about you. The average is you make less than $5,000 a month, okay? And you never, ever get to $20,000 a month. I think the exact number is $4,524 a month. That's your average. But most coaches, consultants never get to the $20,000. But the number one reason is because you're having a hard time attracting clients. You need client attraction. Well, the good news is my friend, my coach, my mentor helped me make $35,000 in less than a week. And it was all the information from his paid ad playbook, Mr. Marquell Russell. He has the receipts to vouch, including myself, okay? Listen, he helps you attract clients. You need the paid ad playbook. If you want to get 50 to 100 new leads every single day, you're going to need the paid ad playbook. To this date, his clients have generated over $500 million in sales, $500 million. And he's giving you this paid ad playbook for free, absolutely free, 100% off, just for our social proof listeners. Listen, so if you are a coach, a consultant, a service provider, a course creator, and you want to get people to pay you $3,000 to $10,000 for your product or service, for your expertise, you need to go to socialproofgift.com. It's a gift for you. Socialproofgift.com or text proof to 904-447-5274. All right, let's get to the episode.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, where we do dope things and we get it together while David is over finishing enjoying his breakfast. David Shands, how are you today?
She put you up to this, Joe?
How are you? You need to wash it down?
Let me wash. No, don't do that. Just start the show.
I just started the show. How are you today?
Well, I'm good. How are you? How was your week? If I ask you how your week is, that's a good 20 minutes. So go ahead. How was your week, Donni?
My week has been a blur, honestly. Today, I don't really remember what's been going on because I've got so much going on. Ooh! So I launched my first workshop, first event in like 5 years.
Congratulations.
The boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen are loving it. They are loving it. Super excited.
How many people?
There are 125 people in this one.
Nice little audience.
125. And you know what's interesting is, or you know what's rewarding? I was thinking about this on the way to work, which is here. I have so many DMs of people begging me to open the cart, to open registration for them to join this workshop. Like literally, like, I don't care that I missed the first couple of days. Please open it up. I'll catch up.
And what did your coach say?
You did suggest, David. I had a conversation with David and he's like, yo, let people come in until Wednesday. But I felt like I wanted everybody to get the same information from the very beginning. So I did close it off and I wanted it to be exclusive.
Yeah, but it's 5 days of information. Any one of those days you could charge $1,000 to be there.
Yeah.
But you're giving all the days.
All the days.
For either $97 or $297.
Yeah, so. $97 to $297. And I'm okay with that. Like, this is my first time doing something in the event space in 5 years, and certainly the first time doing something in like the low ticket space, low price point, low investment space. So it's been going really well. I'm going to do it again.
Yes, you should.
Because I have so much demand for it. I am going to do it again. How's your week going, David?
Hold on. Did your coach tell you to do it again?
You guys, David.
This is the first time I get to be Donnie's coach. She's been coaching me for years.
We flipped the tables, and he's my coach right now, right?
Yes.
He's my coach, my accountability partner, and the thorn in the side of my hip. I'm
glad you didn't cuss. So let's talk about the whole workshop, this model. Okay. I'm not going to get too deep into it because...
First of all, I'm not getting involved in the hate campaign against you right now.
Okay, all right, yeah, never mind. Okay, yes. So, awesome workshop. Yes. Yeah, my week was good. Family challenges. You know, when there's an issue in your family, you start to see, you would think that family always comes together. Mm-hmm. But I got like some issues between some of my family members where they're not feeling each other kind of. And it's kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah. Well, when things happen, people have their different opinions on how they want to see things go. Mm-hmm. And it's real high emotion, high intensity. And if there's any time to expect it, it's now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That doesn't make us love each other any less. It just kind of makes us not get along when we want to just be supportive. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't.
I guess people want to support in their own way, but
they want
if
to do
it
what they think is
conflicts
right
with someone else's way of support, it becomes a...
Isn't that life?
Yeah.
Doesn't that happen like in business partnerships too?
It does.
Like, as long as we're on the same page, I don't think we joke off this, like we're never really on the same page, but we end up getting on the same page and we're able to joke it off. And I think that's our relationship. But we've both been in situations where people weren't seeing things our way. Mm-hmm. And I know that we both consider other people's perspectives, but at the end of the day, it's whatever way I say it's going to be.
100%.
And somebody might feel a way about that.
Yeah. I think you and I work well because I think we both know who we are and we spent enough time to find out who the other person is. So I know based on her track record that Donni just sees business from a different aspect, just from a different angle. And as long as I can do what I do in terms of my talent or ability of like whether it's interviewing or talking to people, I'm good. And I trust Donni to like run the business and just tell them, I want to run the way I want to run, but she's the one that says, well, run this way. Take your talent, ability, and go in this direction. And I trust it. But the good news is like neither one of us have like ego. Mm-mm. And when that ego starts to get involved, especially in partnerships, like I want to be the person who takes the credit, or I want to do it my way because I want to do it my way.
Right.
There's no other reasoning other than the fact that it was my idea and I want to do my idea, even if it's not the best idea. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why we work really, really well together.
Yeah. You know what I've really picked up from you, though, over the last couple of years, but especially this year now more than ever, is getting back into community. Mm. I got so focused at one point in my business, like I started in community, right? Building community. We're not talking about the app. Building actual community. And then I went in a direction of being client focused, more so than community focused. So I'm working with this one client in this one sphere. Like when I transitioned into one-on-one coaching, it became very client specific. And then it's hard to bring people together. This year I got I got back involved in building community. And it's a rewarding feeling. Like the people who support your businesses deserve to have some level of engagement 100%. And connection.
For sure. So that's actually what we were talking about on the morning meetup this morning. And this is because I think you can make money so many different ways. But if you build an audience, you'll never have a problem making money because there's always people that want to get in front of that audience. Mm-hmm. So now I can't, and somebody asked me kind of like client testimonials. And I don't have a lot of client testimonials in terms of I help this person do this because I don't do like one-on-one stuff. My biggest thing is we have a bunch of client testimonials from the community. Mm-hmm. It's not like I took this person by the hand, led them from $30,000 a year to 6 and 7 figures. You have, because that's a part of your business model. But the community, it's not the fact that I have a building, let's just say I have a building and I put a bunch of people in the building. And when a bunch of people that are all of the same mindset get together, they start networking and pushing each other, success is inevitable. Mm-hmm. So if y'all keep coming to these recordings every single week, you'll start connecting with some of the same people, same mindset. You guys will eventually say, yo, what y'all doing at this? Y'all want to go to lunch? Then y'all go to lunch, y'all start creating powerful relationships, y'all connect, and y'all minds get together. And this is like a training platform for you all to go back and work with each other and build amazing businesses. And you will become really, really successful. But I can't say I made that happen. But I can say is we got the room together because I understand the magic of community and environment. So that's been my I don't have a lot of testimonials of, well, David helped me do this. It's like the morning meetup helped me do this.
Yeah.
Our podcast mastermind, the Launch Your Podcast Challenge. That's been my model of entrepreneurship.
But it's you. If I'm sure you get it all the time, DMs of people saying, you've changed my life. Donni, you've changed my life. David's changed my life. The podcast has changed my life. Like, I see the comments of people saying, yo, I went and really started my business based on the things that I learned in the podcast. We don't have the desire to screenshot every single last one of those things and put it like on a testimonial page, but believe it's there. Mm-hmm. People need to know that our relationship started based on a community that we were in. We were in a community. I believe your mentor introduced us. I don't remember that first.
Nah, he was on stage. I'm like, dang, she dope. Like, just blew the crowd away.
Yeah.
We were in network marketing, okay? And network marketing, for those that don't know, it's like when you get some people to your house and you get a whiteboard and you draw out little circles and you say, okay, this is you. And if you get 3 people...
And then they go get 3 people.
They go get 3 people.
You're rich.
You're rich. You're rich. Which is a dope model because it's like community. Everybody has the same product or service.
Yeah.
And everyone, network marketing is so dope because everybody has the same product or service.
And we're not pushing network marketing. Neither of us are involved. But it is dope.
I feel like I want to get involved in one now.
We're not getting involved. Yo, Shan's comes
I want to get
3
people to get 3 people.
At least once a quarter, like, yo, such and such got a new play going on in the industry. You want to... No. And it's not because I no longer believe in the industry. The industry changed my life. It's because what you have to do in that industry to be successful, you can't do both. Not unless you have like a massive... I can't successfully run my business, my coaching clients and things like that, and run a network marketing business from a leadership perspective. Like, I don't just go into network marketing and recruit a few people. I'm going to be a leader. And that's a whole business model within itself. So,
well, if I find a good one where I get 3 people, you just got to be one of my 3. Anyway,
no,
I
we're
like
creating
the model.
An account together.
Oh, so you with it?
No.
She got a little bit of fear of missing out. Then she was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. But anyway, I think it's dope because everybody has the same product.
Yeah.
Everybody essentially gets the same training to sell the same product. Mm-hmm. But everybody's income is based off of the success of everybody else.
And notice that the big money makers in that industry are heavily involved in the community. Meaning they're coming to the conferences, they're coming to all the behind-the-scenes masterminds. The people who do the meeting after the meeting are typically your multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners. They get involved in community, and people sleep on this so much. It's where this started. We were in a community. I don't remember, but Dave saw me speak. I remember after the fact, we were introduced and then bumped into each other a couple of times. I think I came up to the kiosk and supported the brand. And we had a conversation as a result of meeting first in the community. And we're like, yo, let's do some event. No, you invited me to the Black Wall Street tour.
Oh, yeah.
You invited me to come.
Oh, we kicking that back up, man.
Let's get it.
Yo, so look, and here's...
On Spirit, you guys, David put me on a whole flight on Spirit at 6:00 in the morning.
Yo, so look, this is what
me and Shaniza.
Oh yeah,
can you believe me or Shaniza was on a freaking Spirit flight?
But yo, and I forgot we had maybe it was like 20, 30 people.
Yeah,
that everybody got their own plane ticket. We flew down to what part of Florida was that?
Tampa.
No, it wasn't Tampa. It was called. What was it called? Name some little cities around Orlando. No. Nope. Not far. No.
It was Florida, you guys.
No.
Kissimmee.
Are you from Florida? Everybody from Florida couldn't figure it out, but you did. Yes, Kissimmee. So we flew down to Kissimmee and literally, because, okay. All right, so let's just back up and how that came about. I started going to high schools and I connected with another person who was going to high schools. Mm-hmm. And we was like, and then somebody came into my store one time and they started telling me about Black Wall Street. I didn't know about Black Wall Street until 2014.
Okay.
But I'm like, oh, wow, this is cool. Black Wall Street, bunch of Black business owners got together And they created their own community. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna start inviting Black business owners to come to schools, talk to the kids about entrepreneurship, and educate them about Black Wall Street. So I started going to the schools. This other guy started going to the schools. We started connecting, and we started going to the schools together. And we just kept doing that. And the more content we put out about it, we always had new people like, yo, I want to come. I want to come. We had some of the most amazing people saying, yo, next time you go to the schools, if I heard that once, I heard it 1,000 times. Next time you go to the school, let me know. I want to go talk to the kids. Mm-hmm. And it just kept growing. And one day, these kids came together and said, yo, we watch your videos. Can you come down here? And I think I did charge the kids.
Jesus.
I think I charged them a few dollars.
I didn't get paid from that.
I mean, maybe I didn't charge them. You know what I mean? But anyway, the kids got together, and I think they might have put together like $3,000. The core group of people that was going to every school, I gave them some money. It might have been like $3,000 or something like that. So they started selling cookies,
I wasn't core
cars.
group then.
You wasn't? You was a special invited guest.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we took my 2001 Chevy Suburban and we drove down there. So I paid them off of that. And then we made the video, came back, and I told them, if y'all bring us down there, if y'all put this money together, we'll come down there for free on the next time. So we came down like 2 or 3 more times. But anyway, off of this consistent movement of this Black Wall Street tour, starting local, starting with myself, my other friend starting with himself, then we just start growing and we start building the movement. We get 20, 30 people to say, yo, we're going to fly down there. Everybody get their flight. We took over Spirit Airlines and went down to the school together. Now I stopped. If I didn't stop, that would probably be another 7-figure business.
Yeah.
So we need to kick back up the Black Wall Street tour.
Let's get it. I think the kids would have a totally different
it'd be crazy.
Perspective at this point. Like,
it'd be crazy.
They'd be so excited for it. Let's do it.
So
let's start it up for next school year. Let's partner. We're 50-50.
Because that could roll straight. You said what?
We're 50-50.
I mean, we'll discuss that. But
every single time, this is the conversation.
That will roll into the next thing that we're doing.
It will. Ooh,
lead magnet.
Lead magnet. Lead magnet all day.
And I need to go to get a Sprinter today.
Are you gonna go buy one?
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
What are we doing, Joe?
He needs it to transport all the stuff we have to transport. We're gonna wrap it. We're gonna put some advertisement ads on it.
You're gonna be on it.
I remember you telling me about this.
Number 1 podcast in the world.
Okay.
On Earth.
On Earth.
On Earth.
Same thing. World Earth.
Yep.
Yeah, and
in the galaxy.
David's gonna drive it everywhere. So you would not see.
Why you gotta go so far down?
Out in the black hole. You would not see David in any more luxury cars. He'd be in a Mercedes-Benz.
I'm driving the joint every day.
Except for Saturdays, I get to pick it up.
Okay. So do I need to get a Sprinter?
Yep.
Are you gonna get a Sprinter?
You should.
I can.
It might get like a 2-for-1 special.
What do I need to do? A 2-for-1 special.
They're like $36,000. You want to go get Sprinters together? You want to get matching Sprinters? Yo, will you record it? Will y'all record us going to get the Sprinters together?
But the thing is, I have to have a strategy for it. What am I doing with a Sprinter?
It is a marketing
You can sell advertising.
A driving billboard.
Like little window slots.
Let's do it. But how much does it cost to get it wrapped? Like, I got questions.
Wrap might be $4,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, how often can I get it wrapped?
No,
as often as you want
to. Can I get it wrapped, like, for every new thing that I'm
doing?
doing?
Heat gun, and they just take the heat, the adhesive off the heat gun. And
does that destroy the paint?
No. I mean, eventually you won't care about the paint because you're wrapping it.
Hold on.
If you have the right person doing it, they know exactly how to take it on, take it off.
I'm about to call Pushman Mitch real quick because he knows.
Is Mitch the one who's getting it for us?
He's the one that I would call to say, like, how much is it going to be.
Gotcha.
No, actually, I called him about it.
What do you say? I said a good place to start the Black Wall Street tour would be the new spot up in Stonecrest. The whole new Black Wall Street. You guys record there.
One sec, Dave. I gotta scan this boarding time.
Yo, you're live on the Social Brew podcast, man.
Oh, we made it. Say less.
What's up, Mitch?
What they do? Donnie said, "What's up?" Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? How you doing?
We're good, man. So remember last week, just so you know I ain't just come up with it. What I called you about last week? Or 2 weeks ago? Yes, the Sprinters. So me and Donnie are going to go get Sprinters.
You're going to both get a Sprinter?
Yep. So how much is it going to be to wrap a Sprinter? And how much is it to rewrap a Sprinter if we want to like change up whatever we're marketing?
Okay, cool. Hold on, I'm gonna call him on three-way. Hold on.
All right.
Community
Community
has your answers. We don't know.
Look up the Mercedes-Benz Sprinters. And that's just the only Sprinter, really. It just looks cool with Mercedes-Benz on it. Yeah,
but I can even like rent it out, can't I?
All right, cool. You saw what?
I can rent it out.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have no need. I don't even have anywhere to park a Sprinter. Where am I parking? Am I parking in here?
You can. So the back of it, we're going to sell the back to other people.
This is feeling real one size fits all right now.
Oh, this is lit. What you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Anybody can get it. Get on the Sprinter.
Yes. So the back of it, like say for instance, yo, Mitch, what are you doing? Mitch, what are you doing?
And you can put the LCD screen on the top of it too, and sell like LCD ads too. I know what you're thinking. How the heck do you make money from a podcast? Is David just doing this podcast because he likes it, or there's a heavily monetized strategy attached to it? Well, it's both. I really love talking and interviewing people and getting free game from really successful people. But also, this is a 7-figure podcast. I'm telling you right now, there's so much money in podcasting, and we're early in the space. I really feel like it's 2009, and I'm telling you to buy Bitcoin. I'm right now telling you to start podcasting because in 5-10 years, it's skyrocketing. Those are the names that are going to be the ones who have the voices in our world, the ones that start a podcast right now, okay? So I put together everything I know about podcasting in an easily digestible program, okay? So go to podcastersblueprint.com, and you know I got to give y'all some love, okay? Enter code SOCIALPROOF. I'm taking 20% off so you can get your voice heard, all right? So this podcast that you're loving and enjoying, there's other people that's going to love and enjoy yours too, okay? Podcastersblueprint.com. Let's get back to the episode.
Okay.
So
I'm interested to see how many people have actually purchased a product from an LCD screen on a moving vehicle.
Yes. So LCD screen on the top. Y'all feeling me? We're wrapped all around, LCD screen on the top.
Donni on one side, Dave on the other side, random person on the back.
So let's say, for instance, somebody wants to promote their clothing line. Right, so shouts out to Crown. What's their Instagram? Do you know?
I'll find it.
Okay, they want to buy ad spot on the back of the Sprinter van. Free advertisement. You know what I mean? A 36. Mitch
does not.
How? Yeah, what are you doing?
I won't be finding it.
I got his numbers on WhatsApp, so I'm just converting it to my phone.
Oh my gosh, yo, a roundabout. How much is it to wrap a truck?
It just depends. I mean, there's a normal price and then there's my price.
What's the normal price and what's your price? To wrap an SUV, let's say like a Range Rover or something.
A Range Rover for me, if I'm getting a regular color, it's like $3,500.
$3,500?
Yeah, maybe $2,700, depending on what color I'm getting.
And how much is regular? What if you want to get it designed and wrapped?
The same thing, because they're just going to print it out. They're just going to custom print out whatever we want, and then they're going to put the vinyl onto the car.
Got you. So, have you ever wrapped a Sprinter van?
For a Sprinter, I mean, all it is more material. So, but the difference is what they charge is for the labor. But when you plugged in, they kind of give you better prices. So it's going to be around like $6 or $7 grand.
Okay.
Maybe for a Sprinter.
Hey, Mitch, real quick, if I get a Sprinter, would you pay for an advertisement slot?
Yeah.
Okay. See? That was easy. See? So we can get some advertisement to pay for the
I
wrap.
have hired mobile dog groomers based off of the wrap
I'm sure y'all can get
vehicles.
somebody to pay for the whole entire thing.
Pay for the whole entire thing. I like how you talking. How would I go about that, Mitch, you think?
It's simple. I mean, you should just put a sponsorship package together for it. Put a sponsorship package for the truck, because I already do that with exotic cars. So all you got to do is basically advertise the fact that you have, like a Sprinter van, you have likeness, and then you're just going to be promoting it on your Instagram page and as well as on your YouTube and how many viewers you have, and then you can basically just charge them for that.
Say less.
But I'm going to go through TSA real quick, so I'm going to put the phone down for 2 seconds.
All right, bet. Well, call me back when you get the guy on the phone.
All right, then I'll call you back.
All right. We're entrepreneurs here, y'all. Let me ask you, do y'all have businesses? Would you wrap your car? You sure? You should do it. See, people start hesitating. It looks it don't look as cool as your nice car. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, that's it. What are you doing? You looking up nothing?
I was trying to find crowns.
No, you're not.
Let me see. Because
crown's right.
It's not just crowned. It has
Anybody
to be something
know the brand? The you found it? What's her Instagram? Because this is our version of wrapping a Sprinter van. We're just wrapping us. For marketing and training purposes.
So do we need 2 or do we just go in on 1?
We do 2. Because I don't want to spend money and you don't spend money. You know? You just said you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you should get 1 too. And you could park here and just like on your, well, you don't drive a lot, huh? Hire somebody. Oh, so
I'm buying Sprinters and hiring drivers?
Absolutely.
This is not a part of this year's.
So check this out. No.
Plan.
You don't hire them. Right now. You rent it out. So you know there's a service called Roadie. You ever use Roadie? So Roadie is a service where they need to sponsor this joint. Roadie is a service, and I got it on my phone, where say for instance, I wanted to get this to Jovan, but I'm in Chamblee and he's all the way in Marietta. I can call them, they will pick this up and take it over to Jovan.
Well, that's how I leverage Uber. I didn't know
Roadie was
a service.
Business not going too good? How's coaching?
No, I have ordered an Uber to like go to my building and pick up keys or something, and I'll put in the notes once they accept the ride, like, please see concierge for a package and drop it off. That's illegal, though.
They're not supposed to do that.
Oh, they do.
But anyway.
Is that illegal?
I don't know. So it's not. It's against the rules.
Times.
But anyway, so my thing is, let's say, for instance, there are people who drive, they drive Uber Big. What is it? Uber XL?
Lux, XL, yeah.
They drive Uber XL. They can rent the car for somewhat of a discount. You make money from there. You get free promotion. And because they're driving all over the city, you can get higher advertising. You can get higher money for advertising.
So I would have to, for me, because I don't drive often, I would buy the Sprinter and then pay someone to drive it.
No, they'll pay you to drive it. Think about somebody who doesn't want a car. They have a car note or they're looking for a car and they need transportation. They would pay you to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that's how like
I mean, it's essentially Turo.
Yeah, Turo, hire a car.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, no lie, we have a 2016 Lexus. He rented it out for $75 a day, literally for like 4 or 5 months. $75 a day. Somebody do the calculations on that.
I mean, I remember when I didn't have a car, but I had started making money, right? This was years ago after I lost everything and I got a stable job. But my credit was so messed up, I couldn't get a car and I didn't have a credit card, so I couldn't rent a car. Someone had to rent the car for me.
For sure.
If this model was around back then, that's exactly what my go-to would have been. I was a good person who fell on hard times, who had the money to pay for it.
So check this out. How much is it? That's wrong. $75 a day times 30? All right, hold on one second. Hold on. Yo, bro.
Okay, got exact prices. Okay, $4,800 for the wrap.
$4,800 to wrap a Sprinter?
Sprinter.
Oh, wow.
That's my price. Yes, sir. That's your price.
So that's our price.
Yes, it is.
Okay, how long does it take?
If you already have like the design that you want on there, meaning that somebody else does it, like if you come prepared with what you want wrapped on the car, and then they just got to print it out, then that's the only price. If they have to design it for us, it's $175 a day, depending on it. You normally do it in one day, so basically it's an extra $175 on top of the $4,800, and it's like 2 or 3 business days after they have the actual material.
That's lit. All right. Do you have can we promote them on the podcast? Would you want to get the information out or what?
The company that I use?
Yeah.
I think we could do that. It's just going to put me behind when everybody getting their stuff wrapped in.
Yeah, come on. Chance always puts out too much.
Yeah, all right.
Too much.
Don't worry about it, Push. Make sure y'all hit up Push Man Mitch. DM him about the prices, and he'll get you straight.
No, don't DM me about the prices. No, we can put it. They're called Von Wraps.
Got it. Okay.
VON Wraps.
There we go. Push Man Mitch, thank you, man. Where you headed?
Home. Coming to Atlanta. I'm leaving for Miami. I just did the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Oh, word. Yeah, I saw that. How did it go?
It went good, man. I just got saucy, and then people just picked up the sauce. That's pretty much how it went.
I love it. All right, well, congratulations, man. You said you're about to fly back right now, right? So are you taking me and Donni to lunch or no?
Yeah, you free for lunch? Let's do it.
What time does he land?
What time do you land?
Let's see. It's like an hour and a half flight, so I'll probably be by 1.
Okay,
let's get it.
Hit us when you land.
Got you. Say less.
All right, good. See, sometimes you just gotta ask. Come on, give it to me. So $75 times 30. Oh, $9,000 over the whole time, right? So check that out. It's $2,200 a day. A month. $2,200 a month, essentially. Now, why would you pay $2,200 a month for a 2016 Lexus ES 350? $2,200 a month? But there are situations that people are in where they have the money, but they can't finance.
Yeah.
So this is a play I'm trying to help people with.
I like it.
Are you going to get a Sprinter?
I don't know.
Anyway, all right, let's get back to what we were talking about.
So I am in the process of so many different investments. One thing at a time.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. All right. So where were we? I don't even know where this came from. I forgot what we were talking about.
So we were talking about getting the Sprinter wrapped and let's put it on the road for the Black Wall Street tour.
Yes, but the Black Wall Street tour community. So I want to talk about building a movement.
Let's build a movement.
Building a movement.
Yes, let's build a movement.
So
building a cult-like following.
Exactly. But you can only do it through quality,
value,
and consistency. So I think quality would be wrapped into the value that you're getting. When people come to whatever your business is, how do they feel? Do they leave saying, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I met an amazing person, or I want to do that again, or it was cool?
You know what happened to me just yesterday? My first one-on-one coaching client ever expressed his displeasure with the experience.
Really?
This has never happened to me before, right?
Tell me more.
Yeah. So this just happened yesterday. And here's the thing. You know how you do a favor for somebody and then you end up regretting it and wish that you didn't do the favor?
100%.
So that's essentially what happened. He scheduled a call. He was really, really, I don't want to say desperate, but he really, really desired the help. And when I spoke to him, I let him know you're not my type of client that I would typically work with. You don't fit the profile of the client that I would typically work with. We're not a good fit. I don't bring everybody on as a client. I just don't. We're not a good fit. Donni, listen, I promise, I'll prove it to you. And I said, I don't see it. I just don't see it, right? I'll prove it to you, please. I promise. And so I said, okay, here's what we'll do. Because he was he believed so much in his business model that I'm like, well, maybe I'm just not seeing it, right? I didn't think he was a good fit. I didn't think the business type was a good fit.
You didn't think his business was a good business, pretty much?
I don't think his business is viable, right? And I don't think let me not say that. It's not that I don't think his business is viable. His goals his expectations were unrealistic, right? He wanted to do... let's just say he wanted to have 40 high ticket clients by the end of the year, 40, I think $15,000 packages sold by the end of the year. And we just started working together a month ago, right? And I said, well, how many have you sold on your own? 2. So in the next 90 days, you want to sell 40 of what it has taken you so far 9 months to sell 2 of. What's changed? Has anything changed? Do we have some kind of new exposure that I need to know about? What gone viral? Nothing's changed. Well, what are you doing? The way he builds his business, I knew it wouldn't happen, right? He said, I'm proving you wrong. I know what I have in the fire. I've got this, and this. And I said, okay, this is what we'll do. I'll give you a month.
Well, healthy optimism.
I'll give you a month, right? Make me a believer. Because I won't work with a brand that I don't believe in. And it's not that I didn't believe in the business model. I also don't work with people who have unrealistic goals. Because you can't show success that way. I can't show you that I helped you successfully do something if you accomplish a little bit, but your goal was like this super lot of bit that's really unrealistic based on your activity and what you bring to the table. Anyway, so we work together. I give him the month and flops. Complete flop. Didn't enroll one client. Had two potential things that he had in the fire. So we talk again, and I said, hey, listen, the month that I gave you is up. I don't see your work ethic matching your goals. Mm-hmm. Donni, I promise, that this was just a fluke. You met me at a bad time. I'm going through some personal life issues and blah, 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 blah. I'm on it. I get it. So I gave him this big pep talk about life and, all this stuff and how we got to prioritize the main thing is the main thing. And we enter into what is now the second month of the agreement. Not even, we're like a week or two into this second month. And I told him I wasn't playing any games. He didn't do the homework that I assigned him. I don't get on coaching calls just to sit and finagle. I don't give you homework because we're going to come back and do it in a coaching session. That's not how I'm spending my time. We're moving the business forward. If you don't do what I asked you to do, if you didn't do what you agreed to do during our session, when you come back and there's not a valid reason, we don't have a session. There's nothing for us to talk about because this needed to be done to move the business forward. So he didn't do it. Came back the next week, having halfway, gone through the process, but he's having relationship issues. And that's what he wanted to talk about. He's having relationship issues. And I'm like, I'm not a relationship coach. So the next week, an emergency happened. I agreed to be there for you. Mm-hmm. So I had to reschedule him. Remember, I told you I'm stopping everything. Right. I shut everything down and I told him, hey, an emergency has come up. I need to be there for this emergency. We'll talk later. Well, he wanted to know the details of what the emergency was, right? He's like, details of this emergency, blah, 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 blah. And that happened. And I had my workshop that I started and I said, hey, because this has clearly upset him, let me offer him, we meet once a week. And you're not talking business right now because you ain't done nothing. Right. So let me offer him my workshop and we can be in here 5 days. And maybe in this environment, you'll actually work on the business.
He didn't show up to any of the classes, have he?
Not that. I did. I made a mistake. I forgot to send him because he didn't go through my process like everybody does. This is why everybody goes through the process. Because he didn't go through the process, I forgot to send him the link for the first day, right? And the first day was just a welcome. It wasn't a teaching. So I apologized. Hey, I'm so sorry. I forgot to send you the link. Here's the recording of it. Here's the link to join. I understand things happen, but let me tell you what my expectations are. I'm sorry, what? Let you tell me what your expectations were? The person who has not done any of the work since we entered into this relationship. The moment you make a mistake with someone, right? Because I didn't send him a link to a courtesy workshop that I was allowing him. I forgot to send him the link because he wasn't in the funnel with everybody else. It was a manual thing I had to do. The moment I dropped the ball there, now he's got every problem in the world and has requested a refund. Now, before it got to this place, I had already ended his subscription in my systems. I'm like, I can't work with this guy anymore. This is it. Like, I'm going to honor this commitment because I have integrity and this is what I said I was going to do. But I've been sitting there knowing that this person wasn't my ideal client, knowing that his business model is not one that I would typically work with, knowing that the work ethic that he displayed is not in alignment with what I require. And then this happens.
Stick to your business.
Ended up then giving him a favor. Listen, in your business, if there is money involved, unfortunately, it is a bad idea to do favors. Number one. Because if the favor doesn't go, it's like the first time I say no, you forget that I ever told you yes. It's like the first time I make a mistake that was a courtesy, you forget how much grace I extended you, right? So everybody goes through the funnel. Everybody goes through the system. Jada, she works for me, and she told me yesterday, hey, a friend of mine, do you have a coaching space available? And before this happened, I said, yeah, I'm going to have one becoming available at the end of the month, because I'd already planned to release this gentleman. I said, yeah, I'll have one available at the end of the month. Great. My friend wants the space. Your friend got to go through the funnel like everybody else. And then people wonder why you can't, people will get mad at you for responding to them with a link. You got to go through my systems, because if you're not in my systems, there's a strong possibility that I'm going to drop the ball.
All right, look, I know you're enjoying the episode, but I got to tell you, finally, you asked for it, and we created a Patreon, okay? We created an inner circle. We have amazing stories, amazing information, how-tos from the episodes. The only thing we're missing is a community. So it's about that time. We put together a Patreon. We put together a community because we have to have conversation around the information. So even this podcast we're listening to right now, there needs to be conversation. I want to hear what you got. Like, let's throw some stuff back and forth. And because we're like-minded, we're all going in the same direction. When we connect in a community, we can connect on other stuff outside the community because we're building real relationships. Okay, so check out the Patreon. We got 3 tiers. I don't care what tier you join. The support is appreciated. Okay, thank you so much. Now back to the episode.
Why don't I do customer service in my DMs? Because there might be an action step required from this DM conversation, and you might be DMing me while I'm at dinner, and I think I have good intentions on doing it when I get home, but I got 20 other DMs since then. Yeah. So it's gone. Don't do favors where money is involved, right? You just, not in your business, not if your business depends on it, because now I have to refund. I'm happy to refund this person. There is no question about me working out a refund situation with him. Now he's going to get a refund for what he hasn't used because he's prepaid, not for my time that he's wasted.
For sure.
So he'll get a refund for that. But it was just
like
another.
You wanted to get that off your chest.
Oh my God, I wanted to get that off. I wanted to be done with this.
That, but you just ranted. You were.
I don't know why we even got on this.
Yeah, it did. Well, it was in your heart. But
it was definitely in my heart.
But I think what I gather from that is, you can't let people take you off or out of your particular business model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we might have a model, and there's always the one person that says, "Hey, Dave, you should do it this way." And you're like, oh, would you pay for that? Yeah. And then you kind of shift your business model to accommodate one person, and then everything starts to crash, especially working with people that you ain't got no business working with.
I had no business.
I'm glad you said that, because this weekend at the morning meetup, this guy had every suggestion in the world as to how I should do something. So I said, okay, cool. Here, you do it. He gets quiet. All of a sudden, all the talking he was doing, it just goes away.
Absolutely.
It's just, and there's a guy in your DMs. David, you should do this. David, you should do that. David, how about this? Why haven't you done this yet?
How many times I reply?
Once, maybe. Like, it was an I'll look into it.
I hit you with an I'll look into it. So fast. Because, we got to be on a path. And I think a lot of times we get taken off of our path because we don't have one. We don't have a systematic way of doing things. I do take suggestions. If someone can improve the process that I already have in place, I'm with it. But listen, you guys won't, and some new business owners are listening to this, and you want to take every client?
Cannot.
Listen to me. It's not worth the stress. You stressing over, there's always this one person that can, if I get a hint of somebody There was a guy that said, hey man, so tell me about the $1 trial. I'm like, you get to come on for 7 days. And then after the 7 days, it's $79. Okay. What if I can't get on every day? You know what? I don't think this is going to be good for you. That interaction about the $1 told me something about that person. That there's going to be, what if I can't get on every day? And I don't know if he was suggesting, if out of 5 days, like, do I get a 60-cent refund if I can't?
But no, that's how they really expect this.
Yeah, I'm out of that. But
They
anyway,
really expect it. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
That is stay in your lane. And sometimes, people will get. I have had people pull the out of the kindness of your heart card on me before. Mm. And the kindness of your heart just can't factor in certain areas of your business, right? I give to charities and make donations and feed homeless people often. I don't put any of that stuff on Instagram. Those are the things. I got a nonprofit too, if you want to. Me too. Those are the things that I do out of the kindness of my heart. I'm on coaching calls, that are scheduled to be 60 minutes and I'm there for 75 minutes. Those are the things that I do out of the kindness of my heart. But stepping outside of my business model will never, and I know better than this. Like, I bumped my head. Donni Wiggins, bumped my head. I know better than this. And every single time it comes back and bites you in the butt. Stick to your plan.
That's 100%. So, oh yeah, go for it. Right there. One thing I will say, and before you do that, y'all know on our morning meetup, we end at 9:00. One, because, let me just give you the main reason why we end at 9:00. Because I want to give people what they asked for. And what happens is, I remember we would go like past 9:00 and it seems like I'm on that joint till 9:30, 10:00, 10:30 every morning, which made it hard for me to ever end at 9. So on the website, it says it's over at 9:00. But, we keep answering questions and it goes to 10:30, 11:00. And then when you end it on time because you went over so often, people feel like they're cheated now. So you gotta, I think you gotta train people how you do business.
Yeah.
I'm done at 9. I think the value is there. Like for one, you don't need to be on a call for 2 hours every day. Mm-hmm. There's going to be, out of the 45 minutes when I'm teaching, 35 minutes or whatever, you probably need to take one of those joints and go implement. Get off the call, go to work. But you need to have a particular process and you stick to it. You stick to it. And you got to teach people how to treat you.
Yep.
Because if you don't have certain barriers around your business, they'll abuse you. Mm-hmm. And then you'll get burnt out. And then people are unsatisfied because you're not over-delivering past what you promised because you did it a couple times already, and that becomes the norm. Mm-hmm. So, go ahead. I'm sorry, Aria.
I have a question about kind of the two. First is the building the community, which is like the purpose. And then the second part is like having a system. So I've had people reach out to me. I typically like, hey, go through this link, whether it's booking a one-on-one call or booking on the podcast. But if somebody's like bigger and they want to be on the podcast and I want them to be on the podcast, and they just refuse to go through the link. And they're always asking me like questions that are clearly in the process or like trying to text me information when I'm like, if you just click the link, everything will be captured here. What's the language to like have conversations with people who may be at a higher level, so to speak, but you still want them to go through your process or you still want to capture it? Or do you make concessions for people earlier in your career to like build the community and keep relationships open?
I'm gonna let you answer it first because I have an answer, but I'm gonna let you answer it first.
Okay, so early in your career, do you make certain concessions? Maybe, right? However, what I will tell you about these bigger names is that they're regular people. They're regular people. And when you make concessions for them too, there's a high percentage of times that it just doesn't work out. what I have, just in how I operate today, because my brand went into the direction of my dreams kind of overnight. And I say that meaning I'm in this one lane and I'm working with a certain client. And then all it took was one client. And then more clients like them just started happening faster than I expected. I do realize that entrepreneurs that I work with who are multiple 6 and 7 figure earners need to get to information quicker than maybe a beginner who needs to see this video explaining why something is the way that it is, right? That person doesn't need to know. They get why. So I do have a VIP link that I will send higher level entrepreneurs. It skips a little bit of the process, but it's still the process. And the reason that they still have to go through the process is because if we start working together, I need to be able to say, hey, just like you went through my process, we're creating your processes the same way. This is how we work, right? I used to give my one-on-one clients text message access to me. And sometimes I've built friendships with some of them. So, they do have that. But now it's like Telegram access because I have to have boundaries. Your clients will start to, really want to become your friend. And that's possible to do. We can do it. But you have to respect that we're in business mode. We're in business mode. So this is how you reach me. This is the link that you go through. This is what you do. And it's hard to do it because you feel like, well, if I send them the link, they're not going to do business with me. Well, if they won't do business with you because they have to click a link, how successful will that business relationship be anyway? How serious are they about getting their result if they refuse to do business because they got to go through your link?
I agree with that, especially in the podcasting space, right? Because you want them on to build your show, right? So I think in the beginning, you're going to have to make concessions only because they're doing more for you than you're doing for them.
That's true.
So it's the value exchange, right? So that person being on your podcast elevates your podcast. I don't know what your listenership is or your viewership is, but the value exchange might not be equal if your show ain't that big. So you got to do what you can do to get these people on initially until you grow your value. Because once you can do more for them than they can do for you, then you can start to demand certain things. Make sense? It's not a whole bunch you can demand when someone's doing you a favor.
Got it.
So it's up to you to continue to drive the show and build it and start really do the groundwork of getting your viewership up. And that's you branding your show, thinking about creative ways to do it. Getting a Sprinter van, wrapping it, saying the #1 podcast for those that want to transition from out of their job to, you feel me?
Right.
But we don't want to put in that work. You feel me? But I'm telling you, once y'all build an audience or a community, you will not have to work as hard to make money. You won't have a hard time making money once you have an audience or a community because there's always somebody that wants to get in front of that.
Yeah. Even when this podcast started, especially when David and I partnered in the Donni and David edition.
David, Donni. Good.
I used to do the legwork of getting the guests. Remember? I was DMing people and getting people on, hey, I'm Donni Wiggins and, I'm one half of the Social Proof podcast, blah, 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 blah. Here's a link to one of the bigger episodes. We'd love to have you on. I had to go out and get those guests in the beginning. And let me remind you guys that it's been just a little over a year since I came on board and that was happening, right? But that didn't last long because it took off and now we don't have to ask. There's so many people who ask to be on the show now. There are some people though still, with that being said, that in the group text this morning, a lot of the team who's behind the scenes on the podcast put in their top 5 people that they want to see featured on the podcast. Okay, so if David agrees that these are people that he wants to interview, there may then be a campaign to go out and let's go get those people, right? So they're not coming to us, but these are the people that we want to see. Let's go get those people. So it just really depends on, again, every business has stages. It depends on where you are in your business. What I had to do in the beginning to get clients, I don't have to do today. But if there's a client that I want, going back to beginner mindset and doing what I have to do to go get that client.
Yeah. We record on Wednesdays. But if Tyler Perry is like, yo, I understand that it's Thursday evening at midnight.
At midnight.
Joe, we got Tyler coming through. What's up?
I'm up. I'm already at the studio.
But there are a bunch of people like, yo, let me get on the show. And even if I agree, I don't go outside of my Wednesdays. Every now and again, we'll do like Tuesday morning. But I don't typically, only because I can do more for them than they can do for me.
Mm-hmm.
But once you build that audience, you got power.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Questions? Anybody else? That answer your questions?
Absolutely.
Good.
If you have a question, come up to the mic.
Yeah, come to the mic. What you gotta say? Make sure you say your name.
Hey, y'all.
Hold on, real quick. What was the Instagram of the sweatshirt that I'm wearing? You were just looking at it.
I mean, y'all got sidetracked as normal.
It's all good. It happens.
Oh, he blames it on you.
Why not? The Story of the CEO podcast.
Huh?
The story behind the CEO podcast.
That's the Instagram?
No, what's their Instagram handle?
I don't think she has one. Let me see.
Joe, what were you?
Joe.
Website
what
is
was
Crown.
hold on.
You
First
said
off, what did you
found
just
it.
read? What was that about?
CrownCollections.com with a K.
CrownCollections.com.
2 Ks. Crown is K.
Maybe that's what it is on Instagram. Because I was looking at just Crown.
KRO. KK? Why do you got 2 Ks?
Because the collections is a K, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is it K Crown or K Collection?
Crowned Collections.
With 2 Ks in the beginning?
I got it right. No.
Oh, 2K. Oh, Crown. Okay.
Is she a hairstylist? She's not a hair. All I'm getting here.
Crown Collections.
No.
Yeah, I see virgin hair.
I just see hair. What's the website?
So you're saying you don't have the Instagram, right, Joe? We're trying to shout this person out, man.
Joe, focus. What's the website?
CrownCollections.com.
Just 1K?
Yes.
It's not Crown Dash Collection, right? Because that's a hair studio. Are you sure?
Positive.
Let me see. I don't think. I'm just gonna.
Joe has no idea what's going on.
I'm gonna look it up here. No,
Beasley, what's up?
It can't be Crowned Collections with a K because that website does not exist.
Anyway, see what happens. So check this out.
Can you spell it one letter at a time?
So check this out. We're just gonna move on. Only because, for one, she gave me this sweatshirt and it's dope, right? But if it was a sponsorship, then we'd have to have the website.
We're doing way too much information for a non-sponsored conversation.
All right, go for it.
What up, y'all? King Energy, spiritual coach, spiritual healer. My question is, how do you build an audience?
How do you build an audience?
Yeah.
Really, really good. Okay. Actually, that's how I was going to talk before Donni had our rant. Through quality, consistency. So quality is you have to be good at something. You have to be good at something. And you have to, I would say, like, come up with a memorable gimmick. And gimmick isn't a bad thing, right? So whatever your thing is, let's not use the word gimmick, a memorable thing. So we do not a random meetup, we do a morning meetup. We own those morning times, right? So the way I'm building an audience is consistent. What do you know? You're looking for it? You found it?
I can't. Joe, what did you find? I just need to see it. Bring it.
Look at my label. Look at my label. Look at my neck.
Crown Me Collection.
Do you see it anywhere? You don't see it?
No.
Dang.
Crown Me
Collections. Let's try that.
Right.
That doesn't pull up anything else either.
So the morning meetup, that is our thing. The only organization gathers every single day. Our thing is, you can find me in the morning, you can find me every single day. We have to have a place where the audience can gather.
Finally.
We have to.
Oh, I'm sorry. This has just been too much.
Crown, KROWNME Collections with a K, with an S at the end. There it is. Okay. So the quality of the information is good. Would y'all agree? Y'all rock every morning, right? But you know where to find me every day. So where would people find you? Some people, they can't even find you on Instagram every day because you on one day and you off for 4. You You can't even like consistently give them, even if the quality of what you're talking about is good. Let's say you're in the car rental space. That's why I rock with Pushman Mitch. Because he's giving really, really good information and he's on social media every single day. Consistent. Quality and consistency. I think you might have the quality or you have what it takes to build a community with quality information. The challenge is consistency. They can't find you anywhere. If you're going to lead a group of people somewhere, we have to identify where the somewhere is, and you can't close ever. So churches are built because every single week, it's one building, we're going to be there 100% of the time. What if you went to this church every single week for 4 months? And then one day, they have a sign on the door that said, not open today. You've been rocking with them for 4 months. One day, you're not going to cancel them for that, right? But what if you go another 6 months and then you see another sign on the door that says, we're not open today? Imagine out of 10 months, 2 days not available. How do you feel? You don't trust it.
Yeah.
There's a trust issue now. I don't trust you to be there. I can't invite my family because I don't know what this, I don't know if you had a sign on the door.
Right.
So the consistency is super key. So if I know when we start this Black Wall Street tour back up, we will have the number one thing we're going to consider is consistency. What is the cadence in which we're going to deliver what we do? How often? Are we doing once a week? Are we doing once a month? If it's once a week, make sure it's once a week. If it's once a month, make sure it's once a month. The consistency of it. Where can people find you? How can people be involved? And then when you actually have them there, it has to be a good quality of information. They have to have a really, really good experience. Those are the two elements of building a...
That's really strong.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
That help?
Yep.
Okay, back to the mic real quick. So come back to the mic. Come back.
You said back to Mike.
So what is that, what I just told you, what does that mean for you? And what are you going to do about it?
Well, just being more consistent and posting more on social media.
Consistent with what?
I'm posting and showing myself where people can find me. That's my thing.
Where can people find you?
On social media.
Okay. What platform?
Where?
Platform, I'm sorry. At King Energy. Okay. Sorry, at _ King Energy on Instagram.
So you're going to consistently post what?
Content about spirituality.
Okay. How does it help people?
It helps people tune back into the divine source that's within them.
Got you. You got any examples of that?
Yeah.
That you helped?
Yeah.
Good. Tell me about that. I'm interested.
So basically what I do is I get individuals back.
You can hear it? It's not too far?
Can you hear me okay?
Go ahead.
So I get individuals back grounded within themselves because everything around us started from within, right? This building here, you creating this podcast, this community, because you've seen us being here already. So where did you get that thought from? Where does thought come from? Thought comes from the source, the Most High. So I help people just tune back in so they don't too much go outside of themselves.
How do you help them tune back in?
Get grounded through meditation, Reiki healing, and just...
How often do you meditate with these people?
Once a week.
Once a week? Okay. On Instagram?
Instagram sometimes or in person. I have my facility out in Stonecrest.
So how often... you did all that. I still don't know how to find you.
You can, I guess, on Instagram.
So you know what? If you said every single Monday, let's say every single Monday at 6:00, this is how I will be here, not just social media. So if you're doing it on social media, I go live from my live event every single week. If you are going through something, you could find me here. But that's the hard part, the consistency, because once you sign up, you have to actually show up. And it's a lot of pressure. So Donni has the post to paid, right? If a day gets skipped, and that happens too often, people can't trust her.
Yeah. And that happened in the beginning. Like I put post to paid out because it was a need intended originally just for my 6-figure accelerator community, for my students. When I commit, here's the thing, you got to make sure that what you are putting together and offering and committing to, you can actually do, right? Because your intent may be good, what you want to help people do, but people don't understand that life happens. People don't understand that you forgot, right? And it was a much higher level of commitment than I originally anticipated. So then that made me sit down and say, okay, we got to put a system in place for this because I've already committed to this. There's hundreds of people involved now. I've already committed. They got to get what they get. And now it's amazing.
We want our $37 for it.
It's amazing. But one of the reasons, in all honesty, like I remember I used to tell you about the morning meetup. I used to say, Shans, are you sure? Like every day? And then when I saw Shan start getting guests, I'm like, okay, it became too much for him. He's going to start getting guests and he won't be there every day. No, he's literally there even when he's there to introduce, bring the guest up, and he's there to engage with the guest. This man shows up every single day. Donni, why don't you have a community like David Shan's morning meetup? Because I'm not willing to give
for sure
every single day. And it's not because I don't want to help you every single day. I know that my lifestyle will not allow me to be there consistently and you won't be able to trust me. I travel a lot. I like to have a lot of fun. Like I've built a business so that I can live and not be, super uber committed in that way. So then I'll think of another community. Okay, post to paid. I can text people every single day. I don't have to be anywhere. I don't have to see you, to necessarily do that. And there is a community, but David has the personality type where he can say 365 days of, I'm going to be there. My personality type is different. I might be able to say once or twice a week, or every day for 3 months, or, something like that. So when we're building these communities, when we're building our businesses, period, a question that most entrepreneurs don't ask themselves is, does this accommodate my lifestyle, my desired lifestyle? And that is so important. Like every client has to go through the lifestyle audit, because if you are fulfilling your offer in a way that doesn't accommodate your lifestyle, you're going to be burned out. You're going to start dropping the ball. You won't be able to build the know, like, and trust factor with people. Your heart won't be in it. So does your business model, whatever you offer, accommodate the desired lifestyle? This guy, no matter what, he feels ill when he can't make the morning meetup. It's like ill.
That's what I was going to say too. Like there have been some people that tried to do what I do because it's a good business model.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't understand that this is a lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
And I need the community more than the community needs me. I understand that. That's for me. So you need to figure out how you're showing up. So this is what I would prefer. I prefer to consolidate. I'm instead of 5, let's say Donni has 5 clients, right? Where she meets with all 5 of these clients once a week, let's say. It's 5 hours. And she's not, it ain't cheap to have that. And I have hundreds of people on the morning meetup. I'm still putting in just 1 hour a day, 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to show up every single morning. She just has to show up for her clients. It's the same 5 hours, but she built a model that works for her. I built a model that works for me. So you need, and this is a part of, her calendars just be crazy. Her structure and all that kind of stuff, it's just, I couldn't do it. And she probably looks at me like, yo, I couldn't do it.
I'd be like, yo, 8 o'clock in the morning every day? Yo, when I'm a guest, Joe, when I had to be here last week, I called Joe at 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, Joe, this is mighty early. Like, not even early to be for the morning meetup, because that's virtual. I'd be half dressed at the top, not dressed at the bottom. But I had to actually be there in person dressed. I'm like, Joe, I'm letting you know, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there, but this is mighty early to be leaving the house dressed to perform.
Absolutely.
I understand, like, if you come to a Donni Wiggins event, it's probably not going to start until 10 a.m. You come to a David Shan's event, he's welcoming people in at 8 a.m. 7? Never would you come to an event for me. You will be sitting in the lobby, parked outside. Yeah. It's just, you have to build for your lifestyle. Like you deserve to enjoy your business as much as the people who you serve deserve to get the value from it.
Absolutely. And Donni travels, so she can schedule her clients around her travel schedule. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not, my point is, whatever, if you're gonna build a community, you need to base it on your lifestyle. This has to be a lifestyle for you.
Yeah.
How long can you do that? How long can you commit to it? So if you're doing your own, I don't know, what's it called? Meditation? Let's say you do your...
And I also have a spiritual elevation program.
Gotcha. Well, let's just say you're doing your own meditation every Monday at 6:00. You know you can commit to that because this is something that you're doing for you. If other people join it, great. But there will be some people that start to join and see that you're consistent. And the small group of people that do rock with you, that's going to be the most amazing group ever because they get so much of you. And it's a small community and you can hold them accountable. Then they go get other people. Then they go get other people. But what remains the same is you're going to show up.
Yeah.
You're there. So the only way you build a community is through consistency.
That's good. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Right. Did you have a question? Let's do it. I like
While
this,
she's walking up to the mic, we got to shout out Chef Beasley.
Chef Beasley.
I saw the screenshot from last year. I think you made $700 total as an entrepreneur, maybe starting at the end of the year, to now over $80,000 in revenue.
From, let's start that up.
Yes. I saw the screenshot, but...
Hold on, I saw that white styrofoam. Was something in there?
Is that food? Is there enough for me?
Daddy, come on.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Let's go.
Community. Chef, though, I can't let it slide. Like, I'm proud of you for hitting that 80, but we got to get it up. We got to close out at 100.
Yeah. Are you gonna hit 6 figures this year?
Okay.
150.
Because I was prepared to say, what do we have to do to help you hit $100,000?
Hold on, you gotta go to the mic. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. No. Just hold, put a pin in that, okay?
We're gonna come right back.
Yeah, we're coming right back. Go for it, I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm Kayla, aka Miss Refine Your Mind.
Hey.
At the Recruit Refinery on Instagram.
She's my twinsy. She has this outfit too.
I do.
That same outfit?
That's what she said, yeah.
Oh, word. Where'd y'all get it from?
This is actually a Fashion Nova outfit for me. I don't know where you got yours.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, so you kind of touched on it already with the last question, but as far as like having the consistency, would have been some good tools. So you talked earlier about, does your work ethic match your goals? And also around like doing what's good for you. So if you decide to post like twice a week, but you're consistent at that, is that good? Because some people are like 5 days or 5 posts in a day, or, just what are some good tools that you guys have found have helped you be consistent?
In the beginning, it's whatever it takes. It's whatever it takes. When I started as an entrepreneur, I did not have the luxury of saying I only coach on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I travel all the other days, right? I couldn't do that. Some of the tools that help me stay consistent, for me, my calendar, hands down, number one. My calendar, hands down, number one. What helps me stay consistent with clients and prospects are the systems that they go through, the funnels. So the funnel that they go through to make sure everybody has the same experience. Nobody is going to have been able to get on my calendar any way differently than anybody else. They see the same exact thing. So what funnels do you have in place? But my consistency tool for me, hands down, is my calendar.
Good.
What's yours?
Just I don't know if it's my calendar. It's just deciding a consistent day and time to do the thing that I don't have to think about. So the reason we do the morning meetup every morning, same time, because I know it's not something I got to think about if it changes next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or we record on Wednesdays, typically. I know where my time is accounted for every morning from whatever time the morning meetup, 7:45 or whatever. And I know my time is accounted for on Wednesday. So that's just the only things that keep me consistent. Everything else in my life, I'm inconsistent with. So you're very welcome. Good question. Go for it. Where my hoodie at, man?
It's coming soon.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Jada. So my question is, I'm a fashion designer, but I'm also like, I guess, a fashion instructor. And for a while, people have been asking me to teach them like the things that I know how to do, like sewing wise, just because for the most part, the designs that I create, you have to go to college to learn how to do. And I was able to learn like through experience. Like even though I didn't go to school, I got to learn through lots of internships and things like that. And so I created like a community and like another Instagram for my sewing part of my business. And it's like people kept asking like to see all this content in the group, and I was posting it, but my issue was like getting people to interact. It's like they would just like, it's like I want them to share their own work or share things in the group as well, but I felt like I'm posting things and it's just like crickets. Like they just like the stuff or comment, but they don't like actually post things in the group as well. Yeah. And so it just made me like stop posting. And then it was like a couple of months that I didn't like do anything in the group.
Give me your question.
Basically how to get people to interact like
inside your group,
like in your community.
How old are you?
23.
So cute, ain't
she is so cute. First of all, that's what I was sitting here thinking. She's designing a dress for my birthday.
Oh.
She is so cute. Like body, poise, professionalism. This young lady's determination and relentlessness. Like, Donni, we're going to get this dress done, period.
For sure.
Okay? But so sweet about it.
Yeah,
like, I felt like she literally came to the event, the live event with her measuring tape.
Yeah, I saw her like measuring yards and all. That's lit. That's lit.
Now, everybody don't be coming up to me with your measuring tape. She undressed me in front of an audience. So I am not that great at that. I have other people who help me. David is a master at engagement inside of like Facebook communities and stuff.
One, I think you have to engage. You have to like really, people probably came on there because of you. And if you engage in the group, they'll engage with you because you're the leader of the group. Mm-hmm. If you're posing questions and saying, yo, everybody, take a picture of your outfit today. Let's break down everybody's outfit today.
Good.
We're giving them activities inside the group to engage in. So with the Launch a Podcast Challenge, the first rule is you have to make a video of why you joined this challenge. The second rule is you have to comment on somebody else's video. We're forcing engagement. Because the only way that like the community grows is through that conversation. You got to spark it. You got to be in there. And if they join for you and you're not in there talking, why would they?
You know, David, when I started communities a couple of years ago, honestly, in Facebook groups, they joined for me and I would post in the group and they say nothing, right? Really? It was crickets. But what I realized later, like in my workshop group right now, I have a Facebook group for it. They are lit, like 24 hours a day lit, right? But I did set ground rules. I have community rules as well. They had to come in and tell me what type of coaching business they were working on, and they had to engage with other profiles. Every day on our calls, I give them an assignment some action that they have to take inside the community.
People love homework, first off.
People love homework. I think two things, right? If you're getting crickets, just looking at my own experience. I think one, are you giving people a mind-blowing experience, right? An experience that exceeds their expectations. No matter how simple it is, are you just going a step above what they thought they were going to get, right? So making sure the experience is great. But number two, making sure that you're putting the proper motivation out. I wasn't putting the right motivation out at first, so I didn't get engagement. But if I'm in a fashion group and I say, show us what you're wearing today, like David just said, other people who are fashion addicts are going to be thrilled to do that. But if I go into that same fashion group and say, hey guys, here's the thread that I'm using for this type of garment, it might spark some engagement or a couple of questions, but other people who are already using that thread, they're not going to comment on that. So make sure you're asking the right questions or triggering the right motivation for people to be. And a good place to do that is look at blogs that are fashion-based. What are the blogs talking about in the fashion space right now? How can you take that conversation and bring it into your community?
I think that's what it is, the experience. I feel like because I still try and put a lot of focus on like my fashion brand, it's like I'm trying to serve two different.
You're one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, and during the pandemic, I had kind of shut my fashion brand down to like basically rebrand. And so I had so much time for the sewing group because I spent all of 2020 just working on my craft. So everything I was doing, it's like, oh, look what I learned today. And so I feel like maybe because now that I'm back focused on my brand.
So they're feeling neglected is what's happening.
You've abandoned them.
Yeah. So if I'm you, I would go live in the group and just reintroduce yourself, get re-engaged with them and let them know, set new expectations. So what commitment can you make? Should they expect to hear from you once a week? Should they expect to hear from you twice a week? Just let them know, hey guys, this is what's been going on in my life and in my business. I would love to hear in the comments what's going on in your business. Like, how has your business evolved over this year? But go in there and do it live and engage with people, reconnect and reestablish the ground rules. Like, this is what you can expect in this group. Because otherwise it sounds like it's just another group that they pressed admit button in.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That would be a dope business to work with.
Yo, we already...
If the other one doesn't work out. I like her brand.
I like her.
Her.
I like her. I believe she's highly marketable.
You need investors and business partners? Go to the mic real quick. Just Let's see. If you could take an would you take investors and a business partner? Like business partners?
I think so.
I think we could really grow her business because she's really...
I know we could grow her business.
Can you work that out? Can y'all maybe set up a call?
Mm-hmm.
Figure out how we can do that.
Yeah, because what needs to happen though is we have a plan in place where we're moving her off of the sewing machine and into like with manufacturers.
Being a vibe. You just need to be a vibe. Like,
I really want my brand to be like similar to how like Gucci is. Like they do one-of-ones for celebrities or red carpet events, things like that. So I still want to be able to have like custom orders and things like that. But I also want to have stores like everywhere where you can still go into Gucci and buy like high-end products. And so I know next year the goal for my brand is to start like putting together a ready-to-wear collection that's still like probably in the $400, $500 price range because my custom garments start at $1,500. Mm-hmm. And so it would be like cheaper than my custom, but still high end. Mm-hmm. And definitely like getting from behind the sewing machine because I've realized even with just like a lot of like Black designers that I'm cool with or that I know, I feel like our issue is that all we want to do is just sew, but it's only like so much you can scale and grow if all you're doing is like sewing. Like I've been telling some people like, I love to design and create, but sewing is not fun. Like sitting behind the machine for hours, like it gets tiring after a while because it's only so much you can even do from behind the sewing machine. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll have that conversation. And yeah, really, it's not even when y'all building these businesses. Okay. Thank you so much. When you're building these businesses, it's not about the business or the product or service that you sell. It's about all the stuff you do around the business that drives the business. Mm-hmm. So we might have a high-end clothing brand, but it's the brand persona that you start putting on social media. It's the podcast that you start where you're talking about fashion. It's you being a contributor at Black Enterprise magazine where you are holding down the fashion section. It's all the stuff around the thing that you do that really drives the sales. Yep. So my model is always to do stuff around the business. So y'all came to the morning meetup this week. I didn't charge y'all to come. It was just me investing money in solidifying the community. It's not, hey, I need more people to sign up. It's not like I did a whole promotional campaign getting more people to sign up. This is about the people in the community. And if you take care of the community, you'll automatically get the feeling, because I'm just trusting that when y'all get back to y'all city or whenever, wherever you're from, you're like, yo, where was you at? Oh, morning meetup. Mm-hmm. It was such an experience. So we had to create an experience that's going to drive sales for what we're doing.
Yeah.
Makes sense? So, all right, we got to go, man.
Wait. We owe Beasley the mic real quick.
Oh, Beasley. What's happening? Bad boys out here, man.
Isn't it amazing when you got the money to pay bills and you can just pay them from anywhere?
Because Beasley, he used to wear them glasses with
He
the hat
did
to the
not.
back. He had
didn't have all that coordination going on.
Oh no.
I mean, what's going on, y'all? Just happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, had a.
First of all, who are you?
Oh, what's going on? I'm Chef Beasley. You can follow me. I am Chef Beasley. Website beasleyfoods.com. And yeah, man, I just had an amazing week. Last week it was a lot. Had 7 events, including the boot camp, to go out of town, and I was able to hire a good team. All my clients was happy while I was away. Team executed well, and just around a lot of good people. I went to a men's retreat. Had the opportunity to speak with ET. That was mind blowing, and overall, just good stuff. And I think yesterday I just had a moment of gratitude. You know what I mean? I just woke up like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was looking at my numbers, and I didn't realize that I had hit 6 figures. And because before I started using Square, I would just Cash App, Zelle, keeping invoices. And so I did like 30,000 in the first 3 months of the year. And then that's when I started doing Square, using that. And I was just like, oh, and it just hit me. And I guess I was just so focused on the business, moving so fast, I didn't realize that I had hit a milestone in making 6 figures, because I had never thought I'd be doing 6 figures in a year. My coach, Chef Trey, she was just like, we're going to get you 6 figures this year. I didn't even believe it. I'm just like, all right, cool. And through her teaching, we hit 6 figures. And by the end of this year, we're looking at about 150.
What do you think what are the top 2 things you think you did this year that put you on that path?
I listen to my clients. I focus on consistency. You know, I really lacked in that. You know what I mean? I tell you, first time I met Donni at camp I did for Dave, she straight up told me, your prices are too low. And I laughed at it, and she was like, I ain't laughing. I was like, oh, she for real.
Oh, so that's why I've been paying you more lately.
Yeah, it's the other Donni.
Appreciate it, Donni.
That's why I got
like, invoices. Yeah. They went up a little bit.
Fluctuation.
Yeah. So
paid happily, though. Paid happily, please.
Just for that alone, just adding value to myself, just reaching out to everyone, just, overall, the coaching, that helps a lot. For me being a chef, knowing your numbers, because like I said, I was out here just buying anything, paying people whatever. But after a while, I'm just like, nah, that's not how you run a business. The guys on my prayer line, they was just like, no, you're not just a chef, you're a businessman too. And so that sat in real well with me, and just really started looking into more, just become not just a chef, but a businessman as well. And like I said, people just staying on me, really just staying on top of me about numbers and everything.
So you know the way my mind works. Right now, you are having amazing success using your skill, your hands, serving. How do you grow the brand?
I would say by finding people who share the same passion as I do. This past week alone, I've been getting so many DMs from different chefs who heard the interview. They're like, I see your passion. There's not a lot of people out here like you that's still passionate about the culinary world. They just want to do it for the gram. And I've been getting a lot of DMs from people like that. So now it's just finding the right people to fit the vision and just building off of that. Because right now, they hungry. And I'm so grateful when I was able to go to Tennessee and to hire these chefs, and they executed at a high level that I would, and all my clients called me with great reviews, and they sent me tips, and I gave all the chefs tips because they deserved it. You know what I mean? And they was able to execute it the way I would, even in my absence. So that just made me proud.
Okay, CEO. Do we know what happened with the restaurant deal?
What happened with the restaurant deal?
So the restaurant deal is a go. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more off.
Tell me about the deal.
So,
tell me about the deal.
What she wants to do, she wants to work together. I had a chance to work with her for a weekend. She showed me everything about donuts, like all the machines, how the cutters work, fryers, temperature. One day it rained. She was like, when it rains, sometimes it'll affect the donuts. So I was just a student. You know what I mean? I told her, I said, just whatever you need me to do, I want to learn. I'm here to learn right now. So, so you was just teaching me. I think I'll be back this Sunday working with her. And what we're going to do for December, I have more free time. We're going to start doing some more pop-up brunch, bring her clientele in there.
How do you have more free time during the holidays, though?
I guess when you the boss, you can just make your own schedule.
Right. Well, I'm just telling you right now, you think you're going to have free time in December.
I mean,
that's not the case. Because we were doing events, holiday events.
I already got some events that's already scheduled off. So
you got a plug on a turkey?
Yeah, so I got a lot
turkeys
of stuff
are low right now, right? You got to plug like. I just need a turkey.
I would try to get people the food plug, but it's just all around high.
No. I need off camera. I need you to
keep your plug.
I need you to get me a turkey. Do you deep fry turkeys?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm actually doing fried turkeys for Thanksgiving. I'm doing a lot of good stuff for Thanksgiving.
The last question: you're on track to make $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
Does making six figures feel like you thought it would feel?
No. Not at all.
You don't even realize. You're like, dang, it feels like I got the same amount of money, but wow, 100,000?
Yeah.
It don't feel the same.
It doesn't. And
it's cool to say though.
It is. And I think the problem is a lot of people they're rushing to a destination that's not even there yet for them. Mm-hmm. So just like, 6 figures.
Okay, with the mindset.
I'm like, that ain't where it's at right now.
Six figures did that though.
Yeah, 100%.
Six figures developed the mindset.
Because once I realized I'm still learning money, financial literacy, and I'm getting better at my numbers, I invested in myself to get my numbers right. And it's just like the more I'm looking at numbers, it's just like, 6 figures. That ain't where we at right now. We can 10x this thing.
That's
you know what I mean? So
10x. 10x. That's
okay.
I did bring out a little stuff today. I committed Tuesday and Wednesday to be my test kitchen days. So I brought y'all a few little samples.
Ooh, test kitchen. Clap it up for Beasley on the test kitchen.
Hey.
So I brought y'all a few little gifts.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Beasley. Yeah, we got to pay some bills. You want to pay the bills first?
That's your line.
You want to pay some bills first?
I like taking your lines. Yes. All right. So this episode is brought to you by 6 Figure EDU. The only and the best community where we train coaches and consultants from scratch. We believe in 6 Figure EDU that every single person that's walking has a story that they can leverage to help other people experience a transformation. And if you need some assistance in growing your coaching and consulting community or business, that's where you need to be. You can get information about that at 6figureedu.com. And this episode is also brought to you by Post to Pay. This is really the only community where we service entrepreneurs in their top struggle, and that's knowing how to position and communicate on social media. So we literally send you 3 text messages every single day, 7 days of the week, with exactly what you should be posting. We've removed the overwhelm. Like there's no more overwhelm with what should I be saying? How should I be saying it? And it's $37 a month at the time that you're watching this. Because it's time for it's time.
Can we partner on that? I think we can take it up.
Post to Paid, the dopest content community in the world. What's that?
No, it's all good.
What's that?
All right, guys. This episode is also sponsored by Paid to Post. Okay, I got another community. Okay, Donnie's is no longer the only community. Okay, because she didn't want to partner with me, so I had to find a way. No, but this episode is sponsored by The Morning Meetup, themorningmeetup.com, the only organization that gathers every single day. If you are looking for a community of entrepreneurs that are going in the same direction as you, you want to be connected and hear live. Like we got Q&A on a lot of the people that you see on the podcast. Go to themorningmeetup.com. It is literally, I know it seems unbelievable to start for $1 trial. Like what can be impactful for $1 trial or $79 a month? You have to try it and see. Most things that are too good to be true are, but this is different, okay? So go to themorningmeetup.com. Try it out for $1. See for yourself. Just make sure it's not a scam. You could taste test it for $1 to make sure it's not a scam. Then you're going to fall in love with us. Then you're going to be partying with us with our meetup, our family reunions and morning meetup meetups and our subgroups that are getting together without me, by the way, which I feel a certain type of way about. Y'all got together this without me, right?
Did you get an invitation?
Nobody thought to call me.
Ooh.
See, it's not about me. which is good, but at the same time, I still want an invitation, y'all. Goodness gracious. Anyway, go to themorningmeetup.com and be a part of our family. So if you want to connect with me, okay, you want to stay abreast on everything that's going on, send me a text message, 404-737-4935. It's 404-737. You've had your time, Donni. You're done.
No.
Okay? You've had enough. 404-737-4935. And that closes out. All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
I forgot, you guys, to give you my phone number. You can text the words post to paid to 404-737-2767. Or you can just text me in general if you want the pro tips that I send out on a regular basis. 404-737-2767.
I didn't interrupt you.
I didn't interrupt you. You were about to end.
I wasn't all the way done.
You were all the way done. So that wraps up this edition or this episode of the Social Proof Podcast.
Yes, subscribe.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody you know about the best podcast for business and entrepreneurship in the galaxy.
The whole galaxy.
The whole galaxy.
There it is.
Donni and David, y'all. We out.
Peace. What if I told you for $1, I will introduce you to hundreds of entrepreneurs every single morning this week? From all across the country, you'll be able to talk to hundreds of entrepreneurs, and I'll coach you. I'll coach you for $1 this whole week, and I'll introduce you to some of my successful friends for $1 this week. Would you take part in that? Well, go to themorningmeetup.com because that's exactly what we're doing here, okay? The only organization that gathers entrepreneurs every single day for the betterment of entrepreneurship, okay? Every single day, Monday through Friday, we gather, we're growing, we're learning. We got a book club. Have you ever seen hundreds of entrepreneurs reading the same book? Every single chapter, every single day, we're growing together, okay? You need the environment to grow in. Themorningmeetup.com, $1. I'm gonna give you all this for $1. If you wanna stay, great. It's $79 a month after that. If not, no obligation. You can leave whenever you want. All right? themorningmeetup.com. I'll see you in the morning.